Today I have brought to you top 30 questions from the French Revolution Unit 1. Okay, these questions are going to be of all the types: fill up, answer in one sentence, or subjective questions. So let us just discuss all the questions at a glance and then we'll move ahead with the second unit in the next part. So these are the top 30 questions on the French Revolution Unit 1. I'll again post a link to the questions in the description box. You may ask if you have any doubt related to any question. We're going to discuss each and every question thoroughly over here. So let's start. The first question: what happened on the day of 14th July 1789? Okay. So what we saw there on 14 July 1789, what happened there? The city of Paris was at the state of alarm. So in simple sentence, if it comes in as a 1 mark question, what you're going to answer is that on the day of 14 July 1789, the more important point, okay, the most important point you're going to add. What happened on that day was the fortress prison Bastille, which represented the despotic power of the king, was demolished. So what we are just going to write about the Bastille. This will be the only line. We are going to include only about Bastille in there. Another question. It says, where did the common people form the people's militia? I told that so many times that the common people formed the people's militia near the town hall. Where did they form it? Near the town hall. They gathered some 7,000 men and women. Where did they gather? In front of the town hall, and then they formed the people's militia. Correct? Okay. Question number 3 is, where was the fortress prison Bastille located? Okay. Now this is a question in which most of you might be confused in that where was it located? It was not given in the book, but if you read the book very carefully, you must have got it. Okay, let me read that particular line. It was written, finally, a group of several hundred people marched towards the eastern part of the city and stormed the fortress prison, the Bastille. It is located, it is, given in their book. So, one point which I would like to highlight is march towards the eastern part of the city. So, where was fortress prison located? Eastern part of Paris. It was located in the eastern part of Paris. Okay, this is a very important question which is many times it is asked in your examinations. Alright, many times it is asked in your examination. So just star mark this particular third question. Where was the fortress prison Bastille located? I told you where it was located. Eastern part of the city of Paris. Alright. Question number 4. Why did the people demolish Bastille? Now एक लाइन मैंने बताई थी कि अगर राजा से उन्हें नफरत होगी तो राजा की हर एक चीज से नफरत होगी, right? So what did Bastille represent? It represented the despotic power of the king. तो क्यों लोगों ने इसे demolish किया था? Because it represented the despotic power of king. ठीक है, इसीलिए उन्होंने इसे demolish किया था. अब question number 5. It has 3 sets of questions, okay, and all the 3 sets of questions is important. Now see, who ascended the throne of Bourbon dynasty in 1774? All of you know that. I told you the real name, right? You will say Louis XVI. I told you the real name. What was it? Louis Auguste. Correct. It was Louis Auguste. And what was his age then? It was 20. He was 20, right? And to whom was he married? She was an Austrian princess, Marie Antoinette. Remember the name and the spelling. Marie Antoinette. Which form of government was it? Many times I've told you. Actually, I've repeated this in all the videos. Absolute monarchy. It was absolute monarchy. Alright. Now, question number 6. What was the reason of the empty treasury found in Versailles? What was Versailles? Versailles was the immense palace where the king and his queen used to live. Okay. So what was the reason of the empty treasury? Okay, now read the question. What was the reason? It's not asking you reasons. Reasons होता तो दो तीन reasons लिखते, but here it is only asking reason. तो सबसे important reason इसमें लिखना है. क्या reason था सबसे important? War. Alright, very good. So war. So long years of war drained the financial resources, and that's why you can just give an example of the American War of Independence, how it added to $1 billion livres of debt, which was added upon the $2 billion livres, right? And the state lenders, they also start to add interest. So these points are going to add in there. Okay, these 2 points have to be added. Okay, question number 7. Why did France help America during the American War of Independence? क्या बताया था मैंने? Common enemy कौन था इनका? Because their common enemy was Britain. Common enemy इनका Britain था, तो इसीलिए इन्होंने help की थी. चलो, question number 1 to 7 में any doubt? If you have any doubt, do comment it in the comment section. I'll just check it out. क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 to 7 में भी कोई डाउट है? आई डोंट थिंक होना तो नहीं चाहिए. चलो फिर क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 की तरफ बढ़ते हैं. ओके, सो 8 to 15 एक बार में डिस्कस कर लेते हैं. फाइन. सी, द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन सेज lenders who gave the state credit began, it's misprinted, it's began to charge what percent interest on loans? Remember everyone, 10% interest on loans. ठीक है? Okay, question number 9. Why did the state increase the taxes? अब यहाँ पर सारे reasons को include करना, because that question was just कि why did there was empty treasury, but here it is asking why did the state increase the taxes. So here all the possible reasons have to be included. What all reasons were there? First one was long years of war, so about the war you're going to write. Second one, the very important one, cost of maintaining an extra which in court at the immense palace of Versailles. And the third very very important reason, that all the whatever he was getting, the French, the increasing percentage of the budget, that was spent on paying the interest alone. So thereby the state had to increase the taxes. Okay, so these all reasons we can include in there. Fine, आगे बढ़ते हैं. So what was the fault in the system, though it was practically important to increase the taxes? So I told you, what was the fault in the system, anyone? Cool. The fault was only the third estate paid the taxes, correct? Okay. Now define old and modern regime. Now this one I repeated multiple times, that what is the old regime, what is the modern regime, right? Let me do that once again for you all, because it's a question and though we have to discuss it anyways. So old regime is used to define the French society and institutions before 1789, and modern regime is used to define the French society and institutions after 1789. Alright? Okay. What is feudalism, feudal privileges and feudal dues? This I explained in a separate thing. What all are these three things? Let me do that. So basically, feudalism comes from which word? I told you it comes from a German word. Comes from a German word which is feud. Okay, and what does that mean? It means a piece of land. So feudalism means if a peasant is serving, if a peasant is providing service to the king in the military, the king is going to grant him a land in return, and that particular thing is called as feudalism. Feudal privileges are some unique rights which are enjoyed by birth. And who enjoys it? The first and the second estate. The members of the first and the second estate enjoyed the feudal privileges. And what are feudal dues? Feudal dues is a compulsory payment. Who has to do that payment? A peasant has to do that. Okay? The peasant or the lower estate has to do to the higher estate, that is feudal dues, and these can be extracted by the nobles or the aristocrats forcibly or in that way which is the peasant is comfortable in. Now, who had the feudal privileges? I told you the first and the second estate. Clergy and the aristocrats had feudal privileges. Okay, 14th number. Explain the taxation system of France in the old regime. So, I told you that when it is when your CBSE exams are concerned, though, you just write 2 taxation systems. But if you are just participating in a competitive exam, so 3 systems, right? Okay, what was the 3? What were the 3s? Tile, tithes, indirect taxes. Tile was a direct tax. Who took that tax? The state took that tax. Tithes was basically took by the church. It was taken by the church as 1/10 of the agricultural produce. And indirect taxes, they were charged on salt or tobacco and so on. Okay. Now, define subsistence crisis. I just wrote define subsistence crisis. I didn't tell you how did the subsistence crisis occur during the old. I'm just telling you define subsistence crisis. So you're just going to write it is an extreme situation which is endangering the basic rights of means and livelihood and all. So that you all know this, right? I know these questions are very easy for you. Only the third question I marked that was a bit tough for you all, right? Okay. Let's move down. You'll see more questions like that. Question number 16. So we'll start with question number 16 now. Fine. So question number 16 says, why did inflation take place? What was the reason for low supply and what was the reason for high demand for food grains? So 3 parts. Why did the inflation take place? इसका आंसर ही ये दोनों को मिलाकर बनेगा, ठीक है? देखो इन दोनों को आंसर करते हैं. क्यों लो सप्लाई क्यों हुआ? Because the hail, the drought that reduced the harvest. सही बात है? Hail and drought. Hail मतलब पत्थर की जो बारिश होती है, snowstorm. Hail and drought क्या करते थे? Harvest को खराब करते थे. So because of this, the supply became less. And what was the reason for high demand? Because from 1715 to 1789, there was a rise of 5 million in the population of France. Correct? Alright. इन दोनों को मिलाओगे तो आंसर हो जाएगा क्यों इन्फ्लेशन हुआ? क्योंकि सप्लाई कम थी and the demand was high. Now, question number 17. How often did the subsistence crisis occur in the old regime? Now, this is also a star mark question. So, how often did the subsistence crisis occur? It occurred frequently. You just have to use an adverb over here. Frequently. एक ही बार नहीं हुआ था, but it happened multiple times. होते ही रहता था frequently. Alright. Question number 18. How did the middle class earn their wealth? How did they earn their wealth? Traders थे. So they manufactured goods. Which goods they manufactured? Woolen and silk textile. Remember this. They manufactured textiles and that too precisely wool and silk. Some of were manufacturers, some of were traders. They did overseas trade and merchants, lawyers, administrative officials. You're going to write about that. Okay, this is what you're going to write. Now, what did the middle class believe in? What did they believe in? I told you that something about merit. Yeah, that a person's social position should depend upon the merit rather than depending upon the feudal privileges. Got it? Merit. Merit is a highlighted word here. Okay, this is also a star mark question. Now, this is 20 number is a star mark question at least. Now, the philosophers put forward ideas. Envisaging means imagining. A society based on what? So, society based on freedom and equal laws. ठीक है? Freedom और equal laws पर based एक society उन्होंने imagine. 21. Name 3 philosophers who did such great works and explain their work in writing pieces. ठीक है देखो. इसको मैं नीचे वाले पेज पे बताती हूँ. 21 नंबर है. देखो क्वेश्चन नंबर 21 ने क्या कहा था कि 3 फिलोसफर्स बताने। पहला कौन है? जॉन लॉके। दूसरा कौन है? जीन एंड मॉन्टेस्क। ठीक है, इसने क्या लिखी थी? जॉन लॉके ने क्या लिखी थी? ट्रीटाइसेस ऑफ गवर्नमेंट वाली बुक का नाम लिखोगे। रूसे ने क्या लिखी थी? सोशल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की बुक लिखी थी। मॉन्टेस्क ने क्या लिखी थी? द स्पिरिट ऑफ लॉ। ये तीनों बुक हो गई। अभी तीनों को एक्सप्लेन करेंगे, समझाते हुए देखो। जॉन लॉके ने क्या लिखी थी? पहले टू ट्रीटाइसेस ऑफ गवर्नमेंट। उसमें क्या किया था उसने? डॉक्ट्रिन ऑफ डिवाइन और एब्सोल्यूट राइट ऑफ मोनार्की को रिफ्यूट किया था। व्हाट डज दैट मीन? डॉक्ट्रिन ऑफ डिवाइन मतलब कि राजा के पास सुप्रीम पावर है, कोई भी कॉमन इंसान उसको जज नहीं कर सकता है, सिर्फ गॉड उसको जज कर सकता है। ठीक है, ऐसा बताया था जॉन लॉके ने एंड इसको रिफ्यूज करना चाहा उसने। रूसे ने क्या लिखी थी? सोशल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट लिखी थी। मैं ब्रीफ में एक्सप्लेन कर रही हूँ, तुमको अच्छे से समझना है उसको तो तुम वीडियो देख लेना इसका। ठीक है, पार्ट 2 जो वीडियो है उसको देख लेना, उसमें अच्छे से समझाया है मैंने। अब रूसे ने क्या लिखी थी? सोशल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, जिसमें उसने पीपल और रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स के बीच एक सोशल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एस्टैब्लिश करने की कोशिश की थी। एंड इसने और क्या बताया था? 1 person 1 vote 1 value। ठीक है, मॉन्टेस्क ने क्या लिखी थी? स्पिरिट ऑफ लॉज। इसमें इसने क्या डिविजन ऑफ पावर को इंट्रोड्यूस किया था। गवर्नमेंट के बीच में पावर का डिवीजन होना चाहिए, किस 3 बेसिस पर? लेजिस्लेचर, एग्जीक्यूटिव, जुडिशरी। ये चीजें उसने बताई थी। क्लियर है सबको? क्वेश्चन नंबर 21 सबको क्लियर है? ओके, नहीं क्लियर है तो कमेंट सेक्शन में करना, वरना एक बार वीडियो देख लेना पीछे वाली, तब भी नहीं क्लियर हो तब मैसेज करना। ठीक है, ओके। हाँ, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन नंबर 22। ये तो मैंने बता ही दिया ना तुमको भी, समझाते समझाते। क्वेश्चन नंबर 22 तो बता ही दिया मैंने, चलो कोई बात नहीं। देखो, ये क्वेश्चन कह रहा है हु इंट्रोड्यूस्ड 1 person 1 vote and 1 value। किसने इंट्रोड्यूस किया था? वेरी गुड, रूसे ने किया था। ठीक है, अब देखो क्वेश्चन नंबर 23। इन द ओल्ड रेजिम वेयर वर द आइडियाज ऑफ फिलोसफर्स डिस्कस्ड। कहाँ होते थे डिस्कस? जहाँ खाली होती थी जगह। कौन सी खाली जगह थी? 2 जगह थी वैसे, मैंने बताई थी आपको। हाँ, साइलेंस में करते थे वो डिस्कस एंड कॉफी शॉप्स में करते थे। ये भी स्टार क्वेश्चन है। ठीक है, 24। Why were the ideas of philosophers frequently read aloud? क्यों ऐसा होता था? क्योंकि 90% पॉपुलेशन क्या थी? पीजेंट्स की थी। एंड पीजेंट्स क्या लिटरेट थे? नहीं थे, लिटरेट नहीं थे वो, तो इसीलिए उनको लिखना जब पढ़ना नहीं आता था तो इसीलिए क्या किया जाता था? उसे रेड किया जाता था। ये समझ गए? क्वेश्चन नंबर 25, ये सोर्स से क्वेश्चन है। 25 और 26 सोर्स बेस्ड क्वेश्चन है। सोर्स ए, according to source A, what did Georges Danton lack that he was unable to find a post for him where his abilities could be efficiently used? तो क्या उसमें नहीं था जिसकी वजह से उसको पोस्ट नहीं मिल पाता था? क्या? There were 2 reasons, right? पहला क्या था? He did not have feudal privilege। वो नोबल नहीं था बर्थ पे, तो उसके पास फ्यूडल प्रिविलेज नहीं था। दूसरा, उसके पास एक पेट्रन नहीं था। पेट्रन मतलब एक एक गार्डियन, एक प्रोटेक्टर नहीं था उसके पास, जैसे सिक्योरिटी होती है ना, वो उसके पास नहीं थी। ये 2 चीजें ना होने के कारण उसको जॉब नहीं मिल पा रही थी। ठीक है, 26 देखते हैं। व्हाट मैसेज डिड आर्थर यंग कन्वे? क्या उसने क्या किया था? सोशल सिस्टम को, जो बेसिकली जो पूरा सोशल सिस्टम था उस पर उसने बोला था कि इट इज, ही जस्ट क्रिटिसाइज द होल सोशल सिस्टम। पर्टिकुलरली उसने फर्स्ट और सेकेंड एस्टेट को क्रिटिसाइज किया था। और क्या बोला था कि आगे चल के क्या होगा कि उसके लाइफ पर, उसकी प्रॉपर्टी पर, नोबल्स की लाइफ पर, नोबल्स की प्रॉपर्टी पर डेंजर पड़ेगा। एंड वो डेंजर कौन करेगा? पीजेंट्स करेंगे, वायलेंस होगा। ये सब बताया था, तो यही आर्थर यंग ने कन्वे किया था। क्वेश्चन नंबर 26 तक कोई डाउट है सब किसी को भी? होगा तो मैसेज करना। ठीक है, अब 4 क्वेश्चंस बचे हुए हैं, सिर्फ इसीलिए पूछा मैंने, नहीं है ना? ओके, लेट्स मूव अहेड देन। क्वेश्चन नंबर 27, व्हाट डज इट से? डिफाइन रेवोल्यूशन एंड पीजेंट्स। भाई ये तो बड़ा हो गया कि ये क्या पूछ रही है मैम। तो पता है क्या रेवोल्यूशन का डेफिनेशन मैंने बताया था, पीजेंट्स का भी डेफिनेशन तो को वीडियो में बताया था, ध्यान से सुना होगा तो पता होगा। दोबारा बता देती हूँ। रेवोल्यूशन, आई एम जस्ट रीडिंग इट, ठीक है, अच्छे से सुनो, उसको लिख लो। Revolution is a violent action which is taken by a large group of people in an attempt to change the government. Okay, this is revolution. And peasants कौन होते हैं? They are small agricultural laborers who have low social status. ठीक है? Okay. Question number 28. ये इसके लिए मैंने एक अलग से वीडियो फन फैक्ट में बनाया है, उसको देखना. ठीक है, अलग से वीडियो इसके लिए फन फैक्ट में बताया है, इसको मैं दोबारा बता देती हूँ नीचे. ठीक है, अर्ली मिड लेट 01 से लेकर 35 तक, 35 से 65 तक, 65 से 99 तक. अगर मैं एग्जाम्पल लूँ 18th सेंचुरी का, तो मतलब अर्ली में हो जाएंगे, एक माइनस करो 17. ठीक है, 1701 से 1735 तक हो गया. ये मेरा अर्ली सेंचुरी. मिड सेंचुरी क्या है? 1735 से 1765 तक. लेट सेंचुरी 1765 से 1799. ठीक है, अब इसको अच्छे से समझने के लिए फन फैक्ट वाला वीडियो देख लेना. इसका मैं लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में दूंगी. इन रेफरेंस टू विच क्वेश्चन? In reference to question number 28, you are going to watch that video, understand it carefully. Okay, now question number 29. Name the 3 estates. बहुत easy question है. First, second, third. First में कौन थे? Clergy. Second में nobility. And third में common people. Common people में कौन हो गए? The peasants, द मिडिल क्लास. ठीक है, डिफाइन लिवरेज एंड सू. ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है. ठीक है, ये मैंने तुमको पढ़ाते समय बताया था. लिवरे तो तुम सबको पता होगा. क्या था लिवरे? इट वाज अ यूनिट ऑफ करेंसी विच वाज यूज्ड इन फ्रांस. कब तक? सिर्फ और सिर्फ 1794 तक इसे यूज किया जाता था लिवरे को. एंड सो क्या था? ये सोर्स ए में था. जॉर्ज स्टैंटन ने कहा था कि उसके पास एक सो भी नहीं था वो कि अपने लिए कुछ कर पाए. सो मतलब मैंने बताया था तुमको क्या होता है? स्मॉल अमाउंट ऑफ फ्रेंच मनी. फ्रांस में जो मनी चलता था सो, तो उसके पास इतना थोड़ा सा भी सौ नहीं था, थोड़ा सा भी पैसा नहीं था. तो सो मतलब पैसा होता है, बेसिकली कॉइन होता है. ठीक है, मोर प्रिसाइसली कॉइन होता है. तो टुडे वी डिस्कस्ड the top 30 questions of Unit 1, the French Revolution. I'm very sure the class was very interactive. It was quite interactive, quite nice. All of you understood everything, right? And if still you have any doubt, just go down in the comment section and tell me what doubt you have. I'm going to answer each of your doubts. Like yesterday only a person asked me in the comment section कि जॉर्ज स्टैंटन किस एस्टेट का था, तो मैंने उसे बताया था थर्ड एस्टेट का वो था. ठीक है, तो ऐसे ही डाउट पूछो. ठीक है, कोई भी डाउट होगी, सो यू आर जस्ट गोइंग टू आस्क मी, आई विल आंसर ऑल द डाउट्स. ऑलराइट, सो लेट्स एंड दिस सेशन ओवर हियर. I hope it was quite interactive for all of you, and these 30 questions are very important. More precisely, the star marked questions, you just write it down in your copies. Okay, I'm posting the link to all the questions in the description box there. Okay, all right, thank you very much everyone. Have a great learning journey.